gonna be how to key stun, key cancel, and pretty much everything about them on Xeno. First, starting out with key cancels, it's going to be whenever you use a key blast to stop your animation. It lets you get out the animation quickly. It's going to be mostly used after the opponent vanishes. You'll key cancel to dash away from them, or once you get good at it, you'll key cancel to get back close to them. Like that. Lets you be very quick. Next is going to be the key stun. This is when you key blast them and it hits them. You stun them with it. That way you can engage. Just like that. The big difference between the two is that you use the key cancel to get out your animation, while you use the key stun to get yourself into a animation, get yourself into hitting them. Basically, key stun is offensive, key cancel is defensive. Though you can still use key stuns defensively if you're using them while you're backing away from someone like this to close distance. Preferably trying to get yourself away from them and closer to the floor so you can regain stamina. Want to be incorporating dodges and snap vanishes as well, so that you can close the distance quicker, or to make distance quicker. You don't want to be doing something like this, or something like this. This doesn't do anything. It's not helpful. Yeah, there's some advanced techniques that you can do with key stuns and key cancels. Like the thing I showed you before with the key cancel is a good technique to use. It's one of the more advanced ones. This one. What you do is after they vanish, you'll key stun away from them. You'll key stun away from them, dash, and then key stun at them. First, you want to get good at doing it like that. Just get used to the act of hitting key blasting, turning key blasting. And that'll eventually get you quick enough to do it like that. You know? And then there's also the key lock, or double key stun, where you key stun like that and just sidestep right after to do it a second time. Well, let me turn off vanish real quick. It's called double key stun because you normally just do it twice, but there's a lot of situations where, like, especially if you're better at it, you do it many times consecutively. It's mostly good against an opponent that's guarding, because what it'll do is it'll lock them into their guard. That's why it's called a key lock as well. You'll lock them into their guard and you're able to get behind them with your key stun. There's a couple of disadvantages to key stunning, and common mistakes as well. Disadvantages is if your opponent is holding block in front of you and you hit them and then key stun, you're not able to move. If somebody hits your block well, if you hit someone's block, you don't want to key stun after because you will be stuck and they'll get the freest punish of their life. And you also don't want to be too predictable with your key stuns, like doing it 1,000 times from like the same range at the same interval, because then people will be able to get around it a lot easier and be able to pretty much ignore the fact that you are key stunning and just always dodge them, making them pointless. You don't want to do them too much when you're up close either, because of this the possibility of them blocking your attack and you getting stuck, or the possibility of you key blasting and then they deflect the key blast, which basically key stuns you with your own key blast. You also want to avoid that. Speaking of which, the ways that you counter key stuns, key cancels, is by perfect blocking them, or you can just dodge them. Dodge them while closing distance specifically. And you also want to get people to do them close range, because that's where they are the most dangerous to do, close range. Somebody's key blasting you from close range. If you punch them as they key blast you, then your hit stun will be longer than their key blast stun, especially if the hit that you're doing is a snap X. What will end up happening is they'll snap X you, you'll key blast, and then the stun from that snap X will be more than long enough to be able to hit you after their stun is done. Yeah, that's everything about key stunning, key canceling. Thank you.